We're at Sebago today for the annual sail class.
Starboard on the deck. Don't be afraid to do that stuff.
Feed it all the way in and then like in the same.
Patrick always has to stand up when he's sailing. Hi, Howie.
Is this the one we're doing? All right, we're going to try and get the rigging done real quickly.
We got 8 people out there. Most of them are soloing. It's really great. So when I'm not on Inconceivable, this is pretty much what I'm doing.
Anybody want power bars or no?
Sailing little boats. It's a lot of fun. I grew up on the sunfish. This is the kind of sailing I grew up with. Small lakes, northern Wisconsin, but sailing around on little sunfish. A lot of fun. Oh, it's not something I could fix. So things don't always go the way we expect them, right? I just spent the day on the water with Sebago teaching people how to sail, and it was awesome. And I realized I need to run back to Inconceivable to run the motor. I usually run the motor once a week, charge the batteries, give the motor a little workout, turn the key, and none of the, usually a couple of the meters move, you know, the amp meter and the malfunctioning fuel gauge. Nothing moves. Turn the switch, nothing moves. I open up the lazarette hatch to listen to see if the fuel pump is working. No, fuel pump's not working. Huh. I come down below and I went over to the panel and I turned on a couple of breakers. Nothing. There's no light. They didn't turn on. But the bilge pump worked. I turned, because that's on a separate breaker. That's wired directly to the battery. Bilge pump is working. That's weird. Why is the bilge pump working fine? It's not even like low. It's like totally working great. But none of the breakers are working. That's odd. So I go below and I'm looking at the batteries. Everything's connected fine. I trace everything up to the battery selector switch, and I'm like checking the wires on the back of the battery selector switch. So like this is inside the cabin, and you turn this knob and it goes click, click, click. That's battery 1, battery 2, both batteries. And then this is inside. Oh, and pieces just keep falling off of it. So this is behind the bulkhead in the battery, in the engine compartment basically, and all the terminals, so you can wire everything to the terminals. So this was a lot of wires going on. I wiggle the wires and it just kind of goes bunk, falls right off. There's a spring in here. Spring pops off. A couple little pieces go flying. This little gasket that keeps this thing watertight or spark tight, I think actually, just falls down, and it's like, what the? And it's totally broken. My battery selector switch. Long story short, my battery selector switch broke. It's not a huge deal. It's not an expense. I'm looking it up on Amazon. It's just 30 something bucks. But temporarily out of commission. I mean, I could just temporarily wire it up to to the batteries directly and start the motor. I think that's what I'm going to do. It kind of helped. It kind of helped the vent. And I'm sorry you guys had to listen to it. Hopefully you fast forwarded through that section of the video. Anyway, it's a little electrical system update. Beautiful sunset. It's kind of hard to see, but the wind is just like crazy right now. It was hitting about 18 knots just a few minutes ago. The whistling in the rig was really amazing. I don't even know if you can hear me. It's really blowing right now too. Whoop, let me slow down. One hand for the boat, one hand for the camera and you guys. Yeah, it was just blowing like crazy. The whistling in the rig. This Beneteau over here, I don't know what the deal is, but it's got that dual furling headsail thing, and one of them just sits and oscillates back and forth when the wind picks up. It's really annoying. Keep your gear nice and secure. You know, that's a good lesson. The only thing, the caveat there is the sound of the halyards on the masts is something I grew up with. And that tink, 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 it's kind of the quintessential marina sound. I grew up with that and I love that. It's every time I hear it, it's evocative of those childhood memories sitting on my grandpa's boat, sleeping on my grandpa's boat in Milwaukee. South Shore Yacht Club. It was a magical place when I was a kid. So that tink, 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 you hear it throughout my, like, especially the work videos when I was working up in Miniford in the yard, and you hear that in the background, and my sailor friends would be all like, those people, they're halyards, and I'm just like, yeah, it's awesome. It's really awesome. Anyway, so that's about it. There's no reason to get bummed when things break. There's no reason. You either fix it or you replace it. It's, you know, you do what you got to do. Like right now, I'll just rewire it. The bilge pump is really the only thing I want to keep going. It's going to rain next couple days, and you know, there's places where water sneaks into the bilge. I want to make sure that keeps clear. But I didn't show you, but I wired up the engine directly to the batteries. I started it up. It started fine, so the batteries were charged. So I ran it for about 15 minutes. That's all cool. So now I'll just leave the most of it disconnected and wire up the bilge pump just so that, you know, bilge keeps working. That's pretty much it. That's one of my shirts hanging here. It's very pretty. Cool.
Moja pierwsza miłość to była moja wychowawczyni w przedszkolu.
Lynn's doing a little work on the sail cover.
The head of the sail pokes out of the sail cover, and the bottom floofs out. So that might be our flaking technique. So that somehow has to get attached to this, the forward part of the sail cover.
It's not
Which
our
was
flaking
made-
technique. It's not our flaking technique.
In City Island,
What?
though we bought the boat in Stamford.
Hilled sails.
Oh, that's why. Zigzag stitches. The sail cover was made by a sail maker. Because canvas people don't use zigzag.
Why don't they use zigzag stitches?
Our machines don't zig or zag. Because it's hard to rip out. So that right there. Yeah, that'll be fine. We have plenty of fabric for that. Great. We just saved $300
Yay.
and like 5 days of work. Want to see the machine?
Ooh.
Thanks.
Oh man. But you have to go to work now, don't you?
Yeah.
Poop. Lynn is a master canvas maker. Aren't you, honey?
You are soon.
This is Severn and his Taminori.
Tammy, why not?
Tammy. 15? 17?
15.
15. Taminori 15. That he built himself in his backyard. Ta-da! I'm going to show you the point comfort that we've been working on. Point comfort 23, 23 foot dead rise. I'm going to replace our whaler. We've got a 13 foot whaler right now and they're out on the bay bouncing around getting wet. This boat should make that job a lot easier. Also good, it'll be a good rescue boat, good utility craft just for anything, escorting kayakers, canoers, the sailboat races.